Oh man, so just like that, we are back at $1.50 on Cardano. And does this mean we will never see Cardano back at those levels close to $1 ever again? In just 5 days, we have bounced off the low on Cardano from $1 to about $1.50 right now. Another 11% up today. We're going to take a look at the charts. We're also going to look at Bitcoin very quickly because as we can see, Bitcoin is starting to struggle now. And then we're going to take a look at Cardano and see where could we head to. We're going to touch upon some of the fundamentals because for whatever reason, this project has been getting hit. A lot of hate over the recent history. And you guys have known I've continued to provide updates on Cardano, reminding you guys that I'm buying the dip, reminding you guys that Cardano has these moments of lows where the price just moves sideways for a long time. And we've had almost a year of sideways activity here on Cardano. And only those with the strongest of convictions held their positions and they get rewarded within this 5-day period of a 50% pump. Anybody else who panicked, and we know many influencers who panicked and sold, they have reaped the downfall of having to sell their coins and panic selling in a position of weakness. And the reason that happens is because they never had the conviction in the first place. So we have to be very careful of which influencers we watch and which we follow because many claim to have conviction when they see the price is green. They have green candle disease, which is what I call it. But then when the price has no price action, they're unable to make the videos like I was making for many, many months saying, look, we're fine on Cardano. If we continue to retrace, I'm ready to buy the dip. This is a great project. I spoke about the fundamentals. I tried to remind you guys of the amazing projects being built. And that is the case here with Cardano. So let's quickly look at Bitcoin and then we'll start talking more about Cardano because here on Bitcoin, we have to give it the respect of looking at it first. We have got a bit of a curling off, which is very worrying. So I want to start off with this bad news. We thought we managed to kind of, bounce off this floor at 41,600 here on this yellow support line. We managed to move higher. But remember, I said we need to create this higher low. And if I just zoom in here, higher high, sorry. And if I just zoom in, bring this into the middle screen, we needed this higher high about here, guys. We needed to go at least above 44.5 here to create a higher high, higher low, and on we can go. Fortunately, if we can turn around where we are now, we still have the higher low, higher than this low here, which is good. But the problem is it's not looking good. We've not got a good volume break of our 4-hourly EMA ribbon, and therefore we've not really got massive momentum right now. But let's give it the benefit of the doubt. In the longer term, if I flip over to the daily, we're still bouncing off the violet support line, right? We are still bouncing off this violet support line, and in essence, we're okay until this starts to turn over. So if we see a lower low, I'll bring that to your attention here on Bitcoin, and that could lead to some further downside on some of our favorite altcoins. So we can see here broadly in the market today, if you look on the right-hand side here, everything is pretty much red for tracking Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is about 0.7 down, and you can see Ethereum is down 2.2. You can see a few other projects down as well, okay, including some of the layer 1 solutions today here. Luna down slightly, Phantom cooling off after a massive run to $3.20, which we'll cover off in another video, no doubt. And you can see even Atom down 4%, slightly cooling off as well. But the shining light here right now is Cardano, and look who comes with it. It's Coty, right? And you guys will know for the longest of times, I was making videos saying Coty is linked to Cardano, not just because of the JED token issuance, but because Coty's a small project, when they announced the fact that they were going to be the economic token, right, the coin that's going to be burnt when you have transaction fees on Cardano is going to be the JED token. We knew that they were naturally going to be pegged with any movements or any good upward catalyst with Cardano. So therefore, when Cardano was bleeding and having this long-term downward cycle, we knew that Coty was going to struggle, even though the fundamentals and the catalysts were fine on Coty's end. And it was difficult for me, right? Because I had to bring you these updates. I had to remind you guys that these are great projects. But when the market is not taken and you've just had this slow bleed here, if you're looking at Cardano, and we can see the same on Coty as well, but if you look at Cardano from 316 bleeding all the way down to 1.07. Now, this is horrible for anybody without conviction, but for those with conviction, this was beautiful because I know I did plenty more buying here when I was buying in these periods, and I continue to remind you guys of this. As we started falling and bleeding, guys, I remember specifically in this territory here, I was reminding you guys, and you can pull up the videos. I mean, if I can be bothered, I would edit it in here, but don't have the time for that because I'm looking for more high conviction plays. So you can see we're moving sideways here, okay? And you move sideways, and then you have a massive run to the upside. Move sideways, massive run to the upside here, 360. Now, and I was thinking, okay, maybe we could have a bit of a sideways action and maybe a move to the upside. We had a further bleed because Bitcoin decided to have a massive dump, right? So Bitcoin didn't want to push on, and therefore, naturally, everything else was falling, and Cardano fell down to their next support level, which was $1.67. You can see how perfect the bounce is here of this technical level, guys. Look how perfect that bounce is, and this technical level dials back all the way into 1, 2, 3 attempts here, dating back all the way to May 2021. Okay, so really important bounce off this level, and you can see now from the bottom here on Cardano, we wicked up to 47% up in just 5 days, guys. That is phenomenal, and that is why I want to touch upon having conviction. Conviction is very, very important in this game, because you can be in the project for a long time. You could suffer all of this bleed, and you could have panic sold just at this point here, or even worse, just here, and then suddenly 50% retracement to the upside, guys. That is why conviction is so important. The market is designed, stock market and crypto is designed to FUD out the inexperienced, the convictionless investors. So the biggest mistake you can make is investing without conviction. Point blank. You're better off to sit on the sidelines. You can pick the right project, but have the wrong conviction, and you can mess up. Cardano can go on to be the best project ever, and you could have been in it, and you could have panic sold and lost all your money. Alternatively, you could just sit out and let it be the best project. That way, you're not going to get burnt, right? You can go find other coins which are going to do just as well, have conviction in them, and invest in those well. That's the key here. And with Cardano, guys, the signs were always there for this being a great project. And we'll touch upon some of the various things. If you haven't watched this video, guys, which is probably majority of you, because this is criminally underviewed if I say so myself, this dates back all the way to September 23rd, guys, 2021. So I made this video months ago where I walked through 5 hidden project gems, guys. And in this video, I cover SundaeSwap, which now we know, back then we didn't know, but now we know is launching for a mainnet launch on Thursday of this week, okay? So Thursday of this week, I expect a good strong week here for Cardano, but please, if you're investing on the short time frame, don't be caught out with buy the rumor, sell the news. We've covered this before on Phantom. I bring this to you honestly and in a straightforward manner, because that's what happens in this place, in this crypto space. You get buy the rumor, sell the news in the run up to event, pushing the price up. After the event, you see a retracement down in the price. So please only start investing in a project if you have long-term conviction, not just because of short-term catalysts like, oh, look, SundaeSwap is launching, right? And SundaeSwap, the launch of SundaeSwap here on Thursday is going to be a huge catalyst, guys. You got to remember Cardano is in the position it is. If you look at CoinMarketCap and the market cap it commands, right, it's earned it. It's done that through community-based work, right? People were quick to dismiss Shiba, they're quick to dismiss Doge, but they did not fundamentally understand that businesses and projects have 2 elements to it. You have a social element, a marketing element, right? And which has a brand, right? So you talk about Amazon.com, you talk about Apple. A lot of their goodwill, and this will be on the balance sheet as well, is based on their brand elements. You have to place a value on that, and therefore you must place a value on that on Doge and Shiba and Cardano. You can't just say, oh, they've not built anything. And in this video, by the way, I cover that fact that, look, they are building stuff, and that stuff is going to come. They're doing it in a slow, methodical way. And some people might not like that, and that's fine. Go invest in a Solana, which is going to move fast and break things. And I invest in those projects too. Go invest in a Solana, go invest in a Phantom, go invest in Ethereum, where, Ethereum will quick out of the blocks, built what they built, and realize, oh, we have a whole bunch of issues, we have a whole bunch of congestion. Now they're trying to fix things, right? So there's different methodologies in how people build businesses, in how they build cryptos, and how they build projects, and it's our job to decipher those and build portfolios which represent our views of where the future is going. So, here on SundaeSwap, we know this is going to be huge because Cardano's market cap has been grown by the fact that it has such a loyal community which is staking ADA. So much ADA is locked up, and that creates a reduction in circulating supply, and therefore pushes up the demand and therefore the price of the ADA coin, right? Which is great. Now, this is all done without total value locked. The rest of the other good blockchains we monitor, including Phantom, Luna, Solana, they've grown their value through total value locked, right? And you guys know we monitor that on DeFi Llama. We keep an eye on it, and we can see how many of these projects are growing in total value locked, and we continue to see that happening. Now, the thing with Cardano is Cardano's managed to do that with just their staking. Imagine now when you switch on the total value locked. Imagine now. So you got 70% of, let's say, I can't remember the latest figure, but you got 70% of Cardano already locked. You got 30% circulating. Now imagine you turn on a SundaeSwap and you lock liquidity in a project like Meld, which again we talk about in that video. You introduce NFTs, you introduce play to earn, you have DeFi projects, you have card starter programs, you have Ardana, you have all these projects which I talk about in that video now starting to command ADA coins, and more of that 30% left in circulating supply starts to get locked. What happens to ADA's price right then? What happens in the movement right then? It's really interesting what could be happening here for Cardano, and this is why the market is starting to realize, hang on a second, ADA's actually launching stuff. SundaeSwap had a successful testnet launch and now they're going for mainnet launch. What could this mean for the price? And let's be realistic, guys, we're still miles off all-time highs here. This is a lot of movement to go. You can see here we're going to get a whole bunch of resistance on our way back to all-time highs. It's not going to be an easy road. Maybe it's just, a slight, the initial challenge we've got here is getting past $1.61. Thereafter, we need to get to our 0.382 Fibonacci level at 1.869. Now, longer term, I want to see, medium time, I need us to get to this golden pocket. The golden pocket is 2.36 to 2.42. Really important on the retracement that we get to this level and maintain this level for a little bit before heading to back to our highs at $3.16. So a lot of work to do here on Cardano. But if you look at, again, some of the metrics, go look at Masari, go look at the transaction volumes, right? After Ethereum, it's Cardano and not far off, 5.31 billion versus Ethereum's 5.59 billion. This is not a magnitude difference now. This is just, these are percentage differences now. These are not massive differences between Ethereum and Cardano. If we look at the leaders in total development activity in 2021, Cardano ahead of Kusama and Polkadot, which we know have been doing fantastically given the launch of their parachain. So things from a fundamental and technical perspective are looking good for Cardano. And now people are going to start FOMOing in, right? Because now they're going to go, I had all this opportunity to buy at $1. I didn't. I best get in now at $1.50. And this will then help the price move up. Naturally, the fundamental catalyst, dApps being built, are the long-term solution to a rising project, to a rising price of Cardano. And that is going to happen with time, guys. So as much as we want to look at the technicals, as much as we want to look at some of the social issues that could lead to the ADA price rising, the long-term story is the one that Charles Hodgkinson is focused on, and that is getting mass adoption. It's getting people using DeFi on Cardano. It's getting them using NFTs. It's getting them using a decentralized exchange and continuing to use the platform going forward. And you can see Cardano is definitely set up to move from strength to strength now. All those haters that were saying, oh, Cardano's never built anything, they don't have that excuse now, do they? Because it has been built. Plutus was launched. There is a smart contract platform. That they do have a decentralized exchange coming on Thursday. And the haters will now say, they'll move on to something else, right? Guaranteed. I'm going to say this before it's even happened. On Thursday, when it launches, the Cardano haters will then come in and say, oh yeah, but there's so many errors, there's this bug. They did that when Plutus launched, right? You name me one piece of software that launches without a bug. Can Apple launch? I mean, look how long Apple has been around. Can Apple even launch an iOS update without there being a bug? No. This is normal. And it's about your team's ability. I know this because I have a software background. It's about your team's ability to fix those bugs in a speedy and methodical way, right? That's the key. How quickly can they do it? How sophisticatedly can they do it? And how quickly can they bring it back to market in a fit state for people to use? And Cardano is going to do that well because they do things from a peer-reviewed academic approach. So overall, guys, things are looking super good here on Cardano. We can sit here and talk for a long time about how well Cardano is going to do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you on this meme.
James, what do you think? Is there a chance ADA will overtake Solana at any point in 2022?
No.
Okay.
And as you can see, guys, that is why you have to be so careful about which influencers you listen to. A lot of influencers, mainstream influencers, guys, come online publicly and they will give their opinion as if it's fact. And, things aren't fact. You've got to do your own research. You've got to build your own conviction. Last thing you should be doing is following an influencer. When an influencer says, I'm selling out of Cardano, I'm moving into Solana, please take that with a pinch of salt. That doesn't mean that I think Solana is bad. I have a bag of Solana as well. But it's about allocating your portfolio based on your conviction. Because at the end of the day, you're going to panic sell without that influencer next to you. right? And that influencer may have different conviction levels. They may be doing something different. We don't know what they're doing. They may be lying, right? They may not have any bags at all. They may just be making content for content's sake. So we have to be very careful about who we follow and make sure that we base our conviction based on research, on watching videos such as my one, which is, criminally underviewed here, guys. Like I said, dating back to September when I was saying, guys, calm down. There's a lot of fun going on right now around Cardano, but you just wait until some of these projects start coming to mainstream. People are going to lose their minds because they're going to realize, hang on a second, Cardano is here for real. They've built stuff. They've done it in the proper way. They've not rushed, and they're playing the long game here. And I think that's what we're seeing here with Cardano. So there you have it, guys. There is your update on Cardano, up 11% today. Is this a start for them to get back to all-time highs? A long way to go. But one thing is for sure, the fundamentals are looking good and projects are being built, which is the key. So for long-term investors like myself, it's a case of being patient, letting it play out, and letting the world slowly realize over years maybe that this is the platform that's one of the platforms that is going to do well in the crypto space. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you want to support this channel, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. If you want to support this channel a little bit more, consider becoming a member of this channel. Click the join button below. You'll become a member of this channel. You'll get a special sticker next to your name, which will let people know that you were one of the first here on this channel before we blew up. And that way you can support me to bring you these videos on a daily basis. You'll also get access to our community thread. And on that community thread, which is just for members only, you'll be able to ask me questions on your favorite coins, your favorite cryptos. You can ask me what I think of a certain project, and I'll be able to give you my unbiased view on that in a timely manner. For everybody else, guys, don't forget, link to in the pinned comment will be the link to our free public Discord server. Over 400 people in there talking about crypto, their favorite coins, their favorite projects, sharing technical analysis, sharing news articles. So that way you're always a step ahead, guys. Doesn't cost you a penny. Click the link below, jump into that community, and we're all about building pragmatic portfolios, right? So we can build sustainable wealth. That's all we're here to do. Repeatable, sustainable wealth. We're not here to find the next pump coin. Oh, what's the next 1000x coin? That's not what we're here to do. We're here to say, how do we do this in a strategic manner that will make sure we win more often than not? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.